chat night, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. We all over the world, chat night Africa. We all over the world, chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. Welcome to chat night, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. We all over the world, chat night Africa. We all over the world, chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night, the only place that we give you good vibe. Chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night, all over the world we are shining the light. Chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night, chat night Africa. Welcome to chat night.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to this broadcast. My name is Divine Chamukong, and I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, somebody has just lost a loved one or soon will. People have lost their jobs and so can't make ends meet. Someone, a friend or a family, is critically ill. So many people just can't tell where the next meal will come from. Many interstate and intrastate armed conflicts all over the world, causing devastating consequences. So, is it possible to carry a heart of gratitude around amidst all these turbulences? That's the thrust of our broadcast on this Thanksgiving Day in the United States, November 23rd, 2023. My guest today is Dr. B. Tadzong Fomundam. We chose this topic again because remember, today is Thanksgiving Day in the United States. What is being in a state of gratitude? Ladies and gentlemen, that's where the conversation begins. Join me now in welcoming Dr. B. Tadzong Fomundam on the platform. Dr. B. Tadzong Fomundam, thank you for accepting our invitation once more on Chat Night Africa.
Thank you so much, Divine Chamakong. Happy Thanksgiving, and it's a pleasure always coming on here to have some good conversation.
And the conversation will speak to the nerves, the cells, the souls, and the hearts of people watching. It's going to be exhilarating, and at some point, we will open the phone line for people to call and tell the entire planet if there is something in their life they can be grateful for. Dr. B. Tadzong Fomundam, I'm going to get a little personal here. Forgive me. Do you have a grateful heart?
Every morning when I wake up and I tell my husband this, I said, God knows I'm one grateful child. I am very grateful. I wake up every day. When I wake up from bed, I start smiling and I say, God, thank you. I have another day. I have another chance at life. I have another opportunity. And today is going to be a good day. And I'm going to make the best of it, even when I'm going to have some challenges and even when I'm going to make mistakes. But I'm going to have a good day today, and I'm grateful.
Somebody has to be saying, you will have to say this. You can say this because you know at least where the next meal is coming from. You are a medical doctor.
Well, life has not always been a piece of a walk in the park or a piece of cake. Everybody has challenges. And one thing I'm coming to realize about gratitude is that it doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter your level. You could be either grateful or ungrateful. It doesn't matter how much resources you have or how well off you are or how comfortable things are for you. There are people who have everything and they're still ungrateful. So I don't think it's really about what you have. It's about you looking at the glass half full as opposed to half empty. There are people that you would think should be very happy. They should have everything. Life is going well for them. But every time you see them or you meet them, they're just miserable. They're not happy. They have nothing good to say. I think that should serve as a warning for us that it's not where you're at in life that makes you grateful. It's your attitude towards life that makes you grateful.
Describe to me, What therefore, I mean, I have enumerated situations of trials and tribulations. People are going through a lot. How is it possible to carry around a grateful heart, to be hopeful instead of being hopeless in the midst of life's turmoils, the turmoils I've just enumerated?
So, one thing I've come to realize is that life is about choices. There are a lot of things that we do not control, there are a lot of things that we can't really do much about. But the few things that we do have control over or that we can do something about, we should hone in on those and make the best of them. I can't control where I come from. I can't control what my skin tone is. I can't control what family I was born in. I can't control what situations have happened to me or what other people choose to do or how they choose to behave, but I can control how I perceive, how I act, how I react. Those are the things that are within my control. And it's same thing with gratitude. I can't control a lot of things that are happening around the world, but I can control my attitude towards a lot of things. And when you start looking at the things that you're thankful for, it really changes your perspective. It makes you, I call it a gift that keeps on giving. Once you start looking for reasons to be thankful, you start seeing more things to be thankful about as opposed to the things to complain about. I think about it this way, you have a rose bush or a bunch of roses. There are two ways you can look at it. You can either enjoy the flowers or you can complain about the thorns. You're always going to have the thorns in the rose bushes. What are you going to focus on, the thorns or the beautiful rose that you're holding in your hands? And that's where this whole thing about gratitude is. You can enjoy the flower or you can continue to whine about how thorny it is and how much it's going to stick you. Well, when you choose to enjoy the flower, then you learn how to navigate the thorns so that they don't pierce you and you still get the best out of this thorny, beautiful plant.
Are you more inclined to be vertically grateful, that's expressing your gratitude to your maker, or horizontally grateful, expressing gratitudes to people who sometimes are very ungrateful? You do things and they just can't even say thank you.
I think as you grow in your faith, as you grow in the things that are of value, you start realizing that you cannot love God and not love people. One of the things that God loves, the first thing that God wants us to do is love Him. And then that gives us the ability, the energy, the perspective, and the capacity to love other people. So you cannot have just vertical gratitude. God put us here with many people. I always tell people we are social beings. Um, we, for example, most of us, or just about everybody, you cannot see your back. That's why if you're driving and you get into an accident and you hit somebody from the back, you're usually wrong because the person that is driving in front of you is not expected to be able to see the back.
$70.76.
They
Yes, go
can
ahead.
check in the mirror and see sometimes what's going on, but they cannot be driving and facing backwards. They don't have eyes in the back of their head. So same thing, we don't have a vision in the back of our heads. We need people to have our back. And so you cannot say that you love God and not love the people He has put around you for different reasons. Some people come around you to teach you, some people come around you to bless you, some people come around you to wake you up from slumber. And once you change your perspective on how you view these people, you change your attitude towards them. The people that come to teach you, yeah, the lessons may be painful, but they're valuable. So you learn the lesson, you thank God for the lesson, keep moving.
You are watching Voices of Africa on Chat Night Africa, and my guest today is Dr. B. Tatzong Fomundam. The phone line is now open, 240-603-7367. And you can dial in if there is something that you really can be grateful for or you are being grateful about. Please do not hesitate to dial in and share your thoughts with us. I had some people send in some information. Here is what Dr. Eunice Gwanmesia thinks.
Hello, Need Divine and Chat Night Africa audience. This is Dr. G, and I'm responding to Need Divine's question about finding reasons to give thanks amidst life's trials and tribulations. Why is it a powerful practice? It is a powerful practice for several reasons, but this is my own thoughts, right? And expressing gratitude helps us shift our perspective from focusing on challenges to acknowledging the positive aspects of your life. It reminds you that even in difficult times, there are still things to be thankful for. Cultivating a habit of gratitude contributes to a positive mindset. It encourages you to see good in situations and helps foster resilience in the face of adversity. Gratitude has linked to improved mental and emotional well being. Trust me, it can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression by promoting an optimistic outlook on life. Expressing gratitude helps to foster that positive connection with others because when you acknowledge and appreciate the support you receive, it strengthens your relationships and build a sense of community. Gratitude can also serve as a source of strength during those tough times. It reminds you of your ability to overcome challenges and reinforces a sense of resilience and inner strength. Studies have even shown it, right? That practicing gratitude may actually have a physical health benefit, including getting better sleep, my dear brothers and sisters, reducing blood pressure, improving your immune function, right? Gratitude provides a healthy way to cope with stress and difficulties. Look at the times we're living in, even post pandemic. Look at what is going on around the world. We're living in such a stressful time currently. So it encourages you to focus on what you can control and find solutions rather than dwell on the problems. Let me tell you, even in my own life, in my own life's journey, I have learned to dwell not on the problems, but on the lessons that I've learned during those tough moments, during those times that I'm deep in the valley and I don't see light at the end of the tunnel, because those problems are not helping me in any way. But the lessons, I can take them to become a better Dr. G, because when I dwell on the problems, guess what? It just helps me stay in the valley for a lot longer, and it creates more stress, more anxiety, and it doesn't help me. It just holds me back. So, my dear brothers and sisters, learn to express gratitude, learn to let go, learn to not dwell on what is happening, but on what you can do to better yourself and move forward, and learn to forgive, because forgiveness allows you not to hold and allow people to have those, give them keys to your brain. So when you recognize the good in your life, you're more likely to extend kindness and generosity to others. Gratitude can inspire a spirit of giving and contribute to a more positive ripple effect. So in essence, what am I saying? So finding reasons to give thanks, even in challenging times, is a transformative practice that contributes to overall well-being and resilience. It is a reminder that amid life's trials, there is always room for appreciation and a chance to cultivate a more positive and a fulfilling life. My dear brothers and sisters, let us learn to forgive, show empathy, and express gratitude regardless of what we are going through. And we will make life worth living, and the world will be a better place, and we will live in harmony. Thank you again, Need Divine, for this opportunity. And thank you, my dear brothers and sisters.
And that is Dr. G. You're a medical doctor, Dr. B. Tadzon from Mundam. And when somebody starts talking about wellness, physical wellness, That gets your attention. I believe that. I believe so.
Yes, sir.
Now, gratitude, she talks about forgiving, learn to forgive. The opposite of it has to be unforgiveness. How would unforgiveness, how is ingratitude, being unable to show gratitude, be as a result of an unforgiving attitude?
So, what I have come to accept is that we are all products of grace. None of us, as I think back, none of us really chose a lot of things about our lives. None of us chose what families we came in, what parents we had, what siblings we had, what family members we had, what circumstances we were going to be exposed to as children. We had to depend on the grace of the people around us. Some it's our parents, some it's relatives, and so on. And once you realize that you're just here by grace and it is just by God's mercy that you have not been destroyed, you realize you need to extend some grace to other people. And it's interesting, Dr. G said those things because I put in a little thing here about little secrets about gratitude, and it's probably going to tie in a lot of those things. So gratitude is an attitude. The more grateful you are, the more grateful you become. You begin to see more good around you than evil. You begin to enjoy the rose bushes instead of the thorns. Joy becomes a part of your existence. You start enjoying grace and extending it to others. Your level of frustration continues to decrease. Your perspective changes. You realize that pride and arrogance are completely unfounded. You give room for others to flourish. You stop trying to hug all the credits. You refresh others. You give others strength for the journey. And you sow seeds of kindness from which many will reap fruits of peace, hope, joy, and comfort. So when you realize how much you have been blessed, it is completely ridiculous when you refuse to extend grace to other people. That's why, again, I don't know all the audience here, but speaking especially from a Christian standpoint, but I think it happens even with non-Christians.
76.
What you realize is that God is very big about forgiveness. He's saying, I've given you grace. I need for you to extend the grace to other people. And my continued grace to you depends on your willingness to extend grace to other people. So actually, forgiveness is a sign of gratitude for all the things that have been let go of, that you could have been held accountable for. You give grace to other people to give them a chance.
You are watching Voices of Africa. It was Dr. Johnson who said that sometimes people just find it difficult to say thank you because they carry in themselves a certain false sense of self-importance. Have you seen situations that people just feel that if they say thank you, it's like they're being needy? They think, what is stopping people from just saying thank you?
I think it's just a prideful spirit. It's a prideful and very shallow spirit. What about you is so amazing that you cannot say thank you? What exactly have you earned in life that somebody didn't help give it to you? If you grew up, even if you were struggling, somebody managed to feed you, okay? If you have a child that is not fed, the child is going to die. If you grew up and somebody didn't give you a chance to attend a certain school or give you a job or offer you an interview, you will not have that job. So at some point you realize everything you have, even though now you've worked hard at it, somebody gave you a chance. That giving you a chance is a gift that you should be grateful for. And it's a reason why you should always say thank you. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you. You actually let other people shine because of you saying thank you. You actually tell other people that you acknowledge the gift that they've given you. And if you cannot acknowledge that there's something terribly wrong with you, I'm not going to mix my words here. If somebody cannot say thank you, I don't trust that kind of a person. I don't even believe that that they are human enough to be interacting a lot with other people. And I'm not trying to be harsh. I have a hard time when people cannot even acknowledge the good that they have received from other people. It doesn't make you weaker. It actually makes you stronger. Seeing that I'm part of life, I'm part of a community, and I can give credit where credit is due, and I can acknowledge people when I need to acknowledge them.
I am sure, Dr. Bitazu Famundam, you have, like many of us, like all of us, most people in the diaspora, have had requests coming from Africa. I need money for this. And then you give the money and nobody ever comes back to say thank you. Sometimes they're complaining the money is not enough, or they get the money and you don't hear from them until it's time to ask for another help. Have you had situations like that?
I think, like you rightfully said, most of us do. Most of us do. Being out here, people assume that everything is fine with you. People assume that, well, you're better off than they are, and that you owe them something. You're doing so well, you owe it to help me. Nobody owes anybody anything. The Bible says you have be under obligation to nobody, but the only obligation we have is to love other people. And part of love is giving, is being kind, is being gracious, is being grateful. So if it's part of that, yes, there's a reason for that. But I think we all need to set healthy boundaries. There are things that I'm okay with somebody asking me for, and there are things that I'm not okay with somebody asking me for. And there are times when you also just want to bless somebody and just say, you know, this person, I want you to go have a good day today. Take this money and go do something fun for yourself. It's your birthday, or you graduated from school, or you've been going through a lot. I want to bless you. And when you give to people, don't hold their feet to the fire. When you give, let it be from a heart of generosity, so you don't feel like somebody owes you something back. I always remind myself, Jesus healed 10 lepers, 10. And I'm going to let you think about all the things that happen when somebody's a leper, all the bad things that happen to you, the fact that you're an outcast, you don't have a life, you're treated like garbage. And for somebody to take away this kind of curse from you, and only 1 out of the 10 people return to say thank you. So I always tell myself that if you're lucky, the return on investment for gratitude is 10%. But that doesn't stop you from continuing to do good. Always do good as much as you can, as often as you can, to as many people as you can. Again, within healthy boundaries. We're not asking you to encourage bad behavior. We're not asking you to become unreasonable or to become silly or emotional. Give with a heart of kindness. Give with a heart of generosity. Always say, if I could make somebody's life a little better by doing what I'm doing, I will do the best I can to do it. And if you cannot do it, that's also fine. But don't feel obliged. Do it out of love.
We will be coming back. We had Mr. Eric Walla produce a song on Thanksgiving. Count your blessings. One by one. We'll be bringing back Dr. B. Tadzong Munda on the platform once that song is aired. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Eric Walla.
At 10 pesos, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord had done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings,
Okay. It will surprise you what the Lord has done. That's Mr. Erica Waller. Okay, you are watching Voices of Africa. This Thanksgiving Day in the United States, November 23rd, 2023. My name is Divine Chambokong. I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C., metropolitan area. Count your blessings one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Unfortunately, we turn around, look up the skies above our heads, and all we see are the nimbus clouds. So the question today is, how do you stay hopeful without being helpless or hopeless amidst life's turbulences? When I started this broadcast, I talked about situations where you find people losing their spouses, children are rebellious, all kinds of things, wars happening, and people are being killed, women are being raped, people have lost their jobs. As I speak, people are in intensive care units suffering from all kinds of afflictions. How do you stay hopeful? How do you carry a heart of gratitude when all this is happening around you? Dr. B. Tadzong Munda, you are a married woman, and I'd like you to address the issue of ingratitude between spouses. What would it do? It was one Bishop, Dr. Johnson, Darlingston Johnson, who said, gratitude not expressed comes across as ingratitude. Dr. B, you're a married woman. I'd like you to address people who are married. Men and women are married. I hear people complaining, you can do all you can. They have done everything they can for their spouses and not a word of thank you. Speak to those spouses.
So I'm going to say very directly and very kindly, but very clearly, that if you cannot say thank you to the person that is enabling you to make it through life, you are very ungrateful and you're being very unkind. It may not be what you want to do, but that's exactly what you're doing. And you're destroying the other person. Because we are all human beings. We all need encouragement. We all need a push sometimes. We need somebody to pick us up. We need somebody to acknowledge. And it goes both ways. Men should say thank you to their wives, and women should say thank you to their husbands. You should say thank you to your children. And practicing it more and more, children should say thank you to their parents. Parents should say it. So I think that we should make every effort to acknowledge people's kindness around us. We give them strength. I don't know how much you realize how the words of gratitude that you express to your partner or to your family member gives them encouragement and gives them hope and gives them another reason to keep trying and to keep pushing. When you refuse to tell people thank you, you're taking away that strength that you can give them to be a better person, to be a better spouse, to be a better family member. You are taking them for granted. You are being entitled. And you're also you're caught up in the spirit of familiarity. We call familiarity breeds contempt. When you get too familiar with people, you think you know them too much, and you take little mistakes and little weaknesses and you use it against them, and you say, I won't thank you because you're doing every other thing wrong. Well, the way to start helping people get better is to start thanking them for the little things. That's encouragement. That's positive feedback. When somebody does one nice thing, you thank them. And as normal human beings, when people start thanking us, we start looking for ways to make them happy. We start looking for ways to brighten their lives and their days. So if you're struggling in your marriage, you should definitely start looking for ways to thank them, to acknowledge them. It gives them something to work with.
Okay, hold your thought right there. We have somebody calling from Bamenda, Cameroon. Hello, Marie Oben.
Yes, Divine.
Welcome on board.
How are you?
Pretty good. Welcome on board Chat Night Africa. Today is Thanksgiving Day in the United States. Marie Oben, are you somebody with a grateful heart?
Yes, I am.
And what drives that sense of gratitude in your heart? What powers it up?
Divine, I think that in every sphere, or I have every reason in life to give thanks in the face of turbulence, storms, difficulties, or whatever you call them. As a Christian, the first word of assurance is that in every situation, we should give thanks. And mark you that that statement is not just naked, but it makes us to remain purposeful. And also it reminds us that the turbulence, the storms, difficulties are transitory and cannot kill us. We give thanks because we know life is an alteration of sadness and joy. The psalmist even assures us that weeping may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. No condition is permanent. As Christians, we have to stay strong because Jesus paid the price for us. We should look at turbulence, challenges, storms, whatever you call them, as stepping stones to cross to another level. The great preacher, John Austin, also says we shouldn't stay pity-partying in the face of turbulence, divine. On the contrary, that's when we should feed our minds with the word of God in order to stay healthy.
Yeah, we're listening to you, Marie.
Okay, difficulties don't kill us. On the contrary, they spice our life.
Yeah.
Maria Ben, I have to ask you this.
Divine.
Maria Ben, I have to ask you this. Have you had difficulties in your life?
Oh, so many difficulties, many challenges.
How are you able to maintain such a wonderful heart of gratitude in spite of?
Divine, I'll just take you to the recent difficulty I had in my life. I had an accident in 2021. I slid and sustained a fracture on my thigh bone. I almost died. I was using crutches, 2 crutches. I decided to go to church and thank God. I captioned my thanksgiving that legs or no legs, I will thank God. People ask me, say, you can barely walk. Why do you want to go to church? I said, no, I have to go and thank God because he has brought me this far.
Maria Ben,
That's just one of the examples. Yes, divine.
One would think that you would be asking God, where were you when I slid and fell? I mean, God should have protected.
Yes.
Honestly,
I'll tell you something.
Yes.
There are times we think that, like me, that day before leaving my house, I can't leave my house without praying. I prayed. But God allowed it to happen because he wanted me to know the people who value me and the people I should value in my life. So for everything that happens, God has a reason to allow it. And that accident has opened my eyes in so many ways. People came on board, gave me assistance, and God, through this accident, has made me to know that you don't only rely on your biological children. So you see, there are many lessons that I have learned from that accident.
Marie Oben, I've known you for God knows how long, and
Yes.
you are one of the greatest singers at the wonderful New Zion Choir of Presbyterian Church, Aziri.
Yes, today they call it the CC, the Congregational Choir.
Oh, beautiful. And I want to tell you this. When you go to church this Sunday, please give my thanks to all the choristers, all of them. I love you people to the moon and back.
Thank you very much.
Marie Oben, do you still have your broadcast? Yep. Do you still have your broadcast on CLTV Bamenda?
Oh, I'm still recovering. So I put that on hold.
Thank you, my friend. And if you are in the northwest region of Cameroon and you're organizing any occasion whatsoever, the person you want to look out for to be an MC is the woman I have on the line, Marie Oben.
Thank you very much. And Divine,
Yes, please.
Divine,
Yes, please.
don't forget that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. There are times we look at turbulence, we look at the bad things as a mishap, but in the bad things, there are blessings. We should not only look at good things, we should also look at the bad things, which are blessings.
Marie, what's your favorite song? Give us a few notes of it before you leave.
With the Hamatan, what can I sing? Thank you, my Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Whatever I am now, it is by your grace. Many are dying, many are suffering. Whatever I am now, it is by your grace.
All right.
Some are in the hospital this very moment, but we are here praising the Lord. While we are here singing praises together, oh my Lord, you're excellent.
Hey, Marie Oben.
Yes, Divine.
When I attended church at PC Aziri, there was a song.
Yes.
There was a song that the New Zion Choir used to sing, and at the time,
we have many songs.
No. Listen, I'm going to tell you about this one, and you're going to give me a few notes of it. There was a time that Tam Moyes, who is now of blessed memory, used to lead that group.
Blessed memory.
In the midst of odds and failures, stand by me. You know that song?
Stand by me, composed by Victor Dengome.
Yeah, can you just sing a bit of that song, Marie? Marie Oben, can you just sing a bit of that song?
In the midst, I am an alto singer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I may not be giving you soprano, and you can hear how heavy my voice is.
That's okay.
Because of the hammer and the cold.
That's okay.
In the midst of storm and failure, stand by me. In the midst of storms and failure, stand by me. When the world is tossing me like a ship upon the sea, thou who rulest wind and water, stand by me.
Thank you.
Marie Oben, you are the best. Marie Oben connecting from Bamenda, Northwest region of Cameroon. Marie Oben, do you have a last word? I mean, Dr. B. Tadzong Pomodam is having a great time on the show. She's just wearing such a broad smile when you were singing. Now, do you have a last word in just a few seconds, Marie Oben?
I would like to thank you for having me on Chat Night Africa. I pray that you use this program to reach out. The people who look up to you for a lot of things, Divine Chamukong. All I can say is kudos and more power to your elbows. My regards to Dr. B.
She's listening to you. Now, Marie Oben, you've been in Bamenda. You are more of a graphic woman. Excuse me.
I'm a Quen woman. I'm a Quen woman.
Quen woman. Now, did you used to know one government delegate to the Bamenda Urban Council?
Of course.
All right. That's that's
Mr. Tazong Ebende.
That's his beautiful daughter.
He happens to have been the best because now he left his footprints on the sands of time.
Absolutely.
He transformed Bamenda, yes. I am happy because at that time, they didn't see his worth. But today, people cry. They say, how I wish he were still here to change this town, to make people sit up. When you were in a taxi and you littered, you were afraid that he may be driving behind you and he will just stop the car and ask you out to pick the dirt.
Wow.
Yes.
A quick question. What is it you remember the most about Mr. Tadzong Ebende as government delegate to the Bamenda Urban Council?
Yes. Hardworking, tenacious, with his smile. You look at he looks stern, but sweet. So when you get closer to him, you like him. He did not play with his work. He was serious at everything. He gave us the food market. The food market, now women don't go to church on Sunday. They sell all day. When he started that project, they looked at him as I don't know what. They gave him names. And behold, when it came to fruition, we are all enjoying. You couldn't pass through that road during the rainy season because of the stagnant water, the mud. But now you need to go to the food market. It is even segmented. You have a section for fruits, you have vegetables, and he did a marvelous job. He removed the containers from the town. He cleaned this town.
Bamenda was one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest city
Yes,
in the entire
it is
Cameroon.
no more.
When he was the government
Yes.
delegate to the Bamenda Urban Council. Patazong Famunda, now.
Ebende.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my goodness. Well, Patazong, if you are listening to us,
Thank you.
Marie Oben,
Thank you.
all right, you have a wonderful, I know it's late in Bamenda now. Go get some sleep, girl.
Very late. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. And we still have, you see, Dr. Bita Zonfumade, the reason I ask about your father is because, you know, this is a day of Thanksgiving. We give thanks, we express gratitude, because gratitude not expressed comes across as ingratitude. Now, here is a question which lawyer Aneneba Akufo asked. I'm going to put that question on the screen. He writes, Doctor, at what point do you relent or give up helping someone who doesn't appreciate your kindness? Your answer. What's your answer?
That's a very interesting question. We talked about boundaries before. There's a time when, what are you helping them for? There are some things that are critical that, you know, out of your kindness, you would help them even when they don't say thank you. And I'm going to go back to the Christian standpoint. God says, while we were yet sinners, when we were as undeserving as it came, he gave his best for us to redeem us. So let's say you have a family member or a friend who is very sick, they're in the hospital, and you are blessed enough to help them through that illness. You're not going to leave them halfway just because they didn't say thank you. You keep helping them as best as you can, and don't wait for a thank you. Do it because you want to be kind, or because God has put it on your heart to bless somebody or to help them. And when it's all done, you move forward. You were not helping them because you needed a thank you. You were helping them because you had the opportunity, and because every seed you sow, God honors. You're not doing things for people to thank you. I mean, thank yous are always wonderful, but you're doing things because you want to do things God's way, and you want to reap the rewards and the benefits of walking in the manner that pleases him. So, but then if it's other things, let's say discretionary things that you're doing for somebody, you can decide again that you don't want to do it because it's not necessary, it's not life-threatening, and the person doesn't even see the value of it. And then at some point, the ones that are easy to cut off to are things like not just entitlement, but things that people use to enable behaviors that are not okay. For example, if you're sending somebody money and they're using it to go drink or to do drugs, you should cut them off. Now, if they need food, you can decide to pay somebody in the market and say, go pick up your food. That's how you're going to get your money, food. If you need food, I'm going to pay for your food. If you need phone service, I'm going to send money and pay for your phone call so you can make them. That's if you really feel like you want to bless this person.
Now, hold your thought. We have Reverend Babila Fochang on the line. And after that, I'm going to tell you, Dr. Bita Zompamunda, the wonderful time I had with indigents of the Comland in the northwest region of Cameroon a few days ago. If you think you ever watched the best Njang, wait until you see what I have for you after Reverend Babila Fochang.
Back in the days, my father was taken to the magistrate court for a supposed debt he owed a cooperative society. In court, he presented the receipt that was given to him when he paid the money. The magistrate ruled that his accusers should pay him 10,000 francs CFA as transport and waste of time. The magistrate then turned to my father and asked, Papa, are you happy? My father replied that when your father gives you something, whether big or small, you just have to say, Father, thank you. The magistrate was moved by my father's words and raised the money to 15,000 francs CFA. You see, no man is an island. There are many reasons why we have to be thankful to others and to the one who has put us here. Thanksgiving Day reminds us that we have not become who we are by ourselves alone. It is good to give thanks always. Even as I'm giving the thanks this morning, I hear the fowls making noise outside to say it is done. I hear the birds singing. All of this, they are saying, thank you to the one who has given us a new day. I am Reverend Babila Focham.
All right, that's Reverend Babila Fochang connecting from Bamenda, Cameroon. Dr. Bitadzong Famunda, you were talking to spouses. I had a conversation with one of the guests who has been here frequently. That's Dr. Veronica Fortune. And she said each time her husband comes back home with a bag of groceries, and she says, thank you, the guy wants to go back immediately and bring back 10. Why is it that spouses just don't find it necessary to say thank you? Is it that they're taking a sense of entitlement, or they just, you're there, you're always going to be there, we married already, why should I tell you I love you? If I didn't love you, why would I marry you?
Well, Nidivine, if you listen to what I said earlier, I'm going to repeat it again. There's a sense of entitlement, like, yeah, I'm married to you now, and I don't have to do anything. This is a done deal, which is a very foolish thing to do. But the other thing too is this familiarity thing. I always remember that this pastor said it over and over, Dr. Miles Monroe. He says, don't ever get familiar with people. Familiarity breeds contempt. Don't get familiar with anybody, not your wife, not your husband, not your children, not your parents. Do not get familiar. You only know people to a certain extent. You only know so much about them. Even we only know so much about ourselves. I'm sure every so often you find out, man, you learn something new about yourself and you're surprised. You're like, wow, I didn't realize this. But some people think they know you so well, and then they also know your little mistakes or your little misfortunes or your little errors. And so they use those again as a reason why you don't deserve a thank you. Maybe you sleep and snore, or you drool and you stain the pillowcase every time, or something along those lines, and they figure, you know what, why should I thank them? Look how this is, and that is really part of the problem with familiarity. You get to know people a little bit and you think you know them enough, and you think that you can withhold gratitude from them. And the easiest way to make your marriage happier is just to be thankful, be grateful, make yourself easy to live with, and look for ways to make the other person's life better. Human beings are funny. When you sow seeds of kindness in people's lives, most normal human beings respond with more kindness. You generate goodwill and you just keep building more goodwill. And it is true even with your spouses and your children. When you tell people thank you, you make them want to do more. You make them want to even go above and beyond what they were going to do in the first place. So when I learned that lesson early, I am always grateful. I am so thankful. I'm not even joking. People sometimes say you need to stop saying thank you. And I said, I can't help myself. You don't understand how much you have blessed me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful. It's easy. If you're quarreling with your spouse, instead of saying all the things they've done wrong, you've probably done a lot of wrong yourself too. Just say, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong things. Please forgive me. I want to thank you for being kind to me. I want to thank you for preparing my food. I want to thank you for buying stuff in the house. I want to thank you for paying the bills. I want to thank you for taking care of this or taking care of that. You've made my life a little easier. You give that person strength. They want to do more for you.
And surprisingly, it costs nothing.
No. In fact, it makes you feel better. Nothing. It makes you feel better when you appreciate other people. It just makes the light brighter. It's like helping other people light their candle. It just makes for a brighter room.
Okay,
but some people are so silly.
Dr. Bitadzong Famunda on the show.
Yes,
Dr. Bitadzong Famunda, a few days ago, I visited with the COM community 50 years ago, the Afo Akom, which means actually the come thing, the Afo Akom was snatched, stolen out,
brought here.
And brought to the United States, and then it was found and taken back. And so come sons and daughters all over the United States converged in Hyattsville in Maryland, where, look, listen, what is a come occasion, event without kati? Now, if you're not from Cameroon, don't worry about what kati is. Meet me. If you're in Maryland, I'll take you to a restaurant and you will eat, and you know what?
Have a good time.
Let me stop it there. But what is a come event without kati? What is a come event without njang? I thought I used to dance jang until my styles were rubbished at that occasion. Dr. B, are you willing? Are you ready to watch this?
I am.
All right. I'm going to take you over to the come community, and this is one of the best. Please, when you watch the video, go to YouTube, like, share, and so on. Encourage. It's expensive producing a video, a music video. I'm going to invite you now to watch a bit of what come people did here in Maryland. It was, to say the least, outstanding. Watch this.
Wine come America.
Naminjin kalante nimbu namukawio dadi namurangwa. Naminjin kalante nimbu namukawio mukawio. Naminjin kalante nimbu namukawio dadi namurangwa. Naminjin kalante nimbu namukawio mukawio. Dadi na miole, pika fie, pikola, we mutamjum dadi, bole mate, Riley kwewo, laisi masambu, dadi miole, dadi na miole.
Inajala wine koma, inasonga wine koma, china boy na chini kong, indila masya. Inajala wine koma, bobo ncheza tuwa, yunka kamo nomvu yidu, aise komi jua. Inajala wine koma, inasonga wine koma, china boy na chini kong, indila masya. Inajala wine koma, bobo ncheza tuwa, yunka kamo nomvu yidu, aise komi jua. Tôi nói tên đi con nên chinh tươi. Yes, that's all I come on, all I come on. Tôi nói tên đi con nên chinh tươi. Yes, that's all I come on, all I come on. Tôi nói tên đi con nên chinh tươi. Yes, that's all I come on, all I come on. Tôi nói tên đi con nên chinh tươi. Con non giala tu no wai Quem tá chance con non giala tu no wai come Iali con na dunia na se Iali con na dunia na se Ola kamo pal com ilma Quem tá foi con non giala tu no wai Quem tá chance con non giala tu no wai come Iali kong na dunia na se, iali kong na dunia na se, pelakamo balakom ilma. Inatoa wai kom inatoa, inafala wai kom inafala, Inapala, welcome, inapala. Inatoa, inatoa, inapala. Inatoa, inatoa, inapala. Welcome, no more, inapala. Welcome, no more, inatoa. Welcome, no more, inapala. Welcome, no more, inapala. Welcome, no more, inatoa. Quem tá foi com Nandela tu no wai. Quem tá chassa com Nandela tu no wai come. Yali kong anduni nyana se. Yali kong anduni nyana se. Pala kamo, pala komilema.
Wine come America, igniting a passion for come culture and stimulating rural development. With vision to make Afua come USA one of the leading come cultural development organizations in the world. And mission projecting come and its people through its culture, language, and impactful community projects. Afoma Kulwa USA. No. Oh. Dal. Ichem kawumofang. Ichemajim kawumofang. Ichem kawumofang. Ichemajim kawumofang. Sir. Das najim sangler. Sir. Das najim sangler.
Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Ikasi bamana bal komme, Ikasi bamana lumsi komme, Ifanu moina, Ifanu dumo, Ifana bala, Ifani lumsa.
Wine come, money fan we bam, sing the side for more, bala come is a man. Wine come, money fan we bam, sing the side for more, bala come is a man. Tony Kong and the fella come on, wine come America, love men and can't die. Tony Kong and the fella come on.
Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Ikasi bamana bal komme, Ikasi bamana lumsi komme, Ifanu moina, Ifanu dumo, Ifana bala, Ifani lumsa.
Oh, wine come I evil to your slime. Oh, wine come I evil to your slime. Evil to your slime. Yes, not fun to battle. Come nigga ladana. Wine nigga move. Come nigga toy bana. Wine nigga move. Come nigga lime boy na. Wine nigga move. Come now, might America. Lumps to come on.
Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Valenduana lumsi komme, welcome. Valenduana lumsi komme, Ikasi bamana bal komme, Ikasi bamana lumsi komme, Ifanu moina, Ifanu dumo, Ifana bala, Ifani lumsa.
Isang lilia, phải trên nơi sang la. Ở bên đầu kom to ke bom sla. Ihale kong, đi ale lama. Etrema fa wai, hak fung o ok fitia o kobo.
na lumps come. When come fallen na lumps come. Fallen na lumps come. When come fallen na lumps come. Ikasi bama na bal come. Ikasi bama na lumps come. Ifanu waina ifanu tumo. Ifana bala ifani lumsa.
Man janga wine come, yours and China come, yeah man janga wine come, Lums come back, yeah man janga wine come, yours and China come, yeah man janga wine come, balance come back. Kelly, yala dan no come, yala 20 fella come on, lines the bubble, dances this night, the Lums and guns.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is very beautiful. That's the best. Dr. Elo is, I have to tell you this, Dr. B. Tatzong from Mundem. There is a guy who has been unrelenting. I get him at midnight. I get him in the morning, and he will come here. He's a camera junkie when it comes to building social media platforms. This guy has no second. That's Dr. Elo. He is African American, and what can I say? He's just about the best. I thought today, before I bring up Dr. B. Tatzong Fumunda, he will be coming on the platform. Let everybody see this face. I sit on camera and people don't know. And I have to tell you this. We have just acquired, with the help of friends, some broadcast cameras. What you will see beginning this Sunday will be much, much, much better than this. All right, but before I take Dr. Elo, I have somebody on the line. Hello, Najalan Jafu, Justine. Welcome on Chat Night Africa. Dr. Elo, I'll be taking you after this call. We have a call on the line. Hello, Najala Justine Jafu. Hello.
Hello, Need Divine.
Yes, welcome, welcome. This is one of my 5-star supporters on Chat Night Africa. Believe me, Najala Justine Jafu holds a traditional title in Bali. She bends backwards to do anything I need her to do for Chat Night Africa. Thank you. Today is a day we say thank you. By the way, I do it all the time. Najala Justine Jafu, talk to our people. Everybody's listening to you across the world.
Hello, hello, everybody. Brothers, sisters, daddies, mommies, fellow dignitaries in the house. This is Najala Justine Jafu bringing you greetings from Washington, D.C. in Maryland. Today we are celebrating Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving means so many things to everyone. To me, Thanksgiving is a day I celebrate life again. As I woke up this morning before my morning meditation, I was just looking at vital statistics, and I saw that over 1,700 people went to bed last night, and they were not privileged like me to be up and breathing. So I thank God for giving me another day, another chance. Thanksgiving to me and my children, as I tell them, that we celebrate every breath that we take. Because there are people who are looking to breathe normally like us, and they are not able to. As a nurse for 28 years, I've seen it all. I've seen people on life support and not wanting to come out of life support, even though they know, the families know that they are gone. Like the machine is breathing for them. But they would rather keep that person in that state than to say it is finished, to accept that the person is gone. So today, Thanksgiving means celebrating every breath that we take, every circumstance that we experience. Thanksgiving is not the traditional Thanksgiving that is celebrated in this land here. Thanksgiving is something that we should do every day as we wake up and see the light again. So, Need Divine.
Najala Justin Jaffo, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What most significant in your life draws unstoppable thanksgiving?
The fact that we are still going to celebrate. The fact that about 2 years ago, I saw my own very best half laid there for 3 days, not able to breathe or speak, in a state of coma. And then God turned it around and brought him back to us. Is the most thing I'm celebrating, because that's the biggest miracle I've ever seen. I'm also thankful that I'm in this land of the free, this land of milk and honey, this land that overflows. Even though we might not see it, but I see it because I've traveled around the world, and what I see here is different from what I see in other countries. Here is the place where if we keep focused and keep doing what we know how to do best in our little areas, whether cleaning the kitchen, whether selling in fast food, whether a nurse, whether a doctor, whether a pharmacist, whatever we do and put our best in it, we realize a great result. So I'm thankful for that. I'm most thankful for the friends, the true friends and family that surround me, that we can look at each other in the face and really chat and enjoy life. That's what I'm most thankful for.
Thank you so much, Najala Justin Jaffo. I have to say this, you are a woman. This woman goes around Africa and helping widows. I just don't, it's unbelievable. We'll be talking about it on Chat Night Africa. She's sponsoring children in medical schools around Zimbabwe, people she has never met before. Your generosity is beyond measure. Thank you so much, Najala Justin Jaffo.
Thank you, Need Divine. We came in this world with nothing and we'll live with nothing.
Amen.
That's the way I view life. And if I have it, everything that I have does not really belong to me. God has given me finances or means to produce money to take care of his own business, not mine. I'm just a vessel that money might pass through. I look at money like piece of paper because it's just a medium of exchange. When it enters my hand, it has to do something. It has to add value to someone, to something, or to me. And if there's no value, then money means nothing.
Thank you so much again. You have some comments about what she just said, and then we'll bring on Dr. Ilo, the guy, the face, the unsung hero at Chat Night Africa. Yes, Dr. Bita Zonfumunda, a few words from you. A comment, and then we'll bring on Dr. Ilo.
That was just amazing. Just realizing, I think, I can't find a reason why anybody would have nothing to be grateful for. Let me explain why. From a medical standpoint, right? We don't even understand how we came about. We didn't even define where we're going to come from or who we were born to or what situations we're going to born in, number one. Number two, your entire life, you're dependent on God's grace and mercy. When you chew food, if you're lucky enough to have teeth and if you're lucky enough to be able to chew and your muscles are working well and you have enough saliva in your mouth, because that people have problems with all of those things, that's as far as you can go. Once you've chewed the food and it hits the back of your throat, it forms what we call a bolus. And from there, your body takes over the processing of the food. You have no say in how that happens. You have nothing that you can do to change, or at least there's nothing that you can do to tell your body what to do. Your body knows once the food hits the back of the throat what it's supposed to do, all the way to when it comes out from the other side of your body. Your heart beats every single day. The day your heart stops beating, it's over. Your breathing, sometimes we control our breathing, but you do not define your breathing. Those are all things we call involuntary activity in the body. Everything that's happening in your body, most of the stuff you have no control over. There are just a few things. Maybe what you're going to put in your mouth, maybe pooping, maybe what you say. A lot of other things we don't have control over. And the very fact that you have these things are gifts that you should be grateful for. When you wake up every day, when you go to bed at night, how do you know you're going to wake up in the morning? You don't know that. How do you even know morning is going to come? How do you know that seasons are going to change? How do you know any of the things that you're so certain about? When you get on the road, how do you know you're going to make it back home? There are so many things that we know nothing about. We have so many uncertainties about that we have no control over. And the fact that we make it through every day, it just reminds me of what Lamentations chapter 3 says. It is by his mercies that we are not consumed. So every couple of seconds, God is being merciful to you. So if you don't have any other reason, thank him for keeping you, for protecting you, for preserving you. Even when times are hard, we're living in a broken world, but you just have to. And when you start being thankful, like Ma Justine said, you start looking for ways to give back. You start realizing, I've been so blessed. I have no excuse to not say thank you. And part of thank you is not only verbally saying, it's what you do for other people, is investing in the lives and the hopes and the dreams of others, and especially investing in the kingdom of God.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dr. B. Tadzong from Mundam. Somebody told me, Divine, I never saw a woman who just can speak so fluently, articulately on just about everything or anything. Thank you, Dr. B. Tadzong from Mundam. We're not done with you. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up the unsung hero on Chat Night Africa. There are two of them. One is in Nigeria right now, who is ensuring that this broadcast is in all our social media handles. That's Roger Full. At some point in future, he'll be on. But the guy in the United States, whose talents are immeasurable, because of him, I can do what I'm doing the way I do it. You can see this beautiful platform. It's thanks to Dr. Elo. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Elo. Dr. Elo, listen, Shakespeare in one of his classics said, "Oh, I have the eyes to wonder, but lack the tongue to praise." I thought it was time I brought you here so that people can see. People see me behind the camera. They think that believe me, that people working a lot, working their lungs, their ribs out for us to get what we get out there. Dr. Elo, what are your words today, Thanksgiving on Chat Night Africa? Your words of wisdom.
Hey, I just want to say a happy Thanksgiving to you and to all your audience, to everybody. I'm having a wonderful time with family. Obviously, as you know, I'm a big family man. So if ever you have time for your family, take that time first. But I'm really proud of you, what Chat Night Africa has become. Of all the stuff that we've done together, which is pretty cool. And I'm just happy to be part of the family, man, and help you out in any way that I can. You know that usually you can call me anytime, night, day, it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
I will
yes.
make time. I will make time for you, and I love that your message, what your message is going out to all of your people, right? I'm the same way with my community. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I live here in Virginia, right? I work in DC, but ultimately, family first. That's what I always do, and that's why I love helping you out, man. Because you have a great heart, and you're always trying to bring more eyes to your African culture, which I love. So that's it, man. That's basically it. Be
Dr.
yourself
Elo,
and help out.
Dr. Elo, I have said so much about you as a multimedia truckload talent. If somebody wanted to do this, build a platform even more beautiful than this, what is it you are talented to do?
I can
What is it?
help. I can help people just beautify their streams or their videos, however they want to do it. I can do overlays. I can do try to help you with the gear that you need, your cameras, your microphones, your whatever you need, content create wise. I can help you how to do content. I can help you how to present yourself online. Sky's the limit. To be honest, I've been doing this for so many years in the off internet world, right? and with my military background and with my doctorate as well, of how to present yourself online, basically. So I can
Dr.
do all
Elo,
kinds of stuff.
does somebody have to be in the United States for you to do this for him or her?
No, absolutely not. You can be anywhere in the world. You know, the pandemic shows us that we can connect with whomever we want. After COVID, anybody can connect with everybody. So I'm available. Different time zones, different hours, whatever. You know me. I'm a hard worker, and this is something that I do on the side. I do
And
manage an office.
one thing I like about Dr. Elo, like me, is crazy passionate in this business. Crazy. I've never seen a crazy guy passionate like this guy on the screen. So please, if you want to build a platform, whatever websites or communications, audiovisual communications, wherever you are in the world, contact Chat Night Africa. Contact me. A lot of you know how to contact me, and I will hook you up with this wizard, this broadcast wizard on the on the platform. I thought I should unveil the face behind all this effort. Everything you see, this is the guy, Dr. Elo. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. And we are going to bring back. We are going to bring back our main guest. That is Dr. B. Tadzong Famundam for a few questions. Dr. B. Tadzong Famundam, that is a guy with a heart of gold, Dr. Elo.
Wow.
Without him, Chat Night Africa wouldn't look anything close to what you see. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. So let's go to this. Employers and employees. What is it? Who should be expressing gratitude to who? If I employ you, you owe me gratitude. I don't owe you nothing. Is that the path to follow?
Absolutely not. Well, let me say something right now, a disclaimer before I even move forward. Okay. So I have been working for this company now for a year. And I'm going to give a shout out to my bosses, Dr. Coakley and Dr. Hammond. They are just amazing guys, okay? They run the show, and they have generated a culture of kindness and gratitude. And I think most of us who work for them feel that way. And it flows down. So yes, you employ people, but you don't own them. They are giving you their time in exchange for money. They are giving you their talents in exchange for money. But you can make the worst of the situation, or you can make the best of it. In fact, some things are just principles. When you do them, everything just works better. If you're an employer and you make it a habit to show gratitude to your employees, you just bring the best out of them. And a lot of times people don't need too much to know that they're appreciated. Little things you do make your employees very happy. And when you have happy employees, you can bet they will take care of your business. If your employees are not happy, they will always find little opportunities to mess you up, or they'll find ways to sabotage your business.
Does not allow calls to the number you.
Yes, go ahead.
So employers owe their employees, and employees owe their employers. If you have a good employee, please make sure that you thank them. If you have people that are struggling, thank them for the good things. And if there are people that you feel you can train, then encourage them in those other areas. Employees, if you have a good employer, say thank you to them, because they're giving you an opportunity to live your life with good quality and to give something in exchange for what they pay you, but also do it in a way that sustains your dignity and your peace of mind.
Just hold your thought there. Just hold your thought there. Somebody's on the line. Hello, this is Chat Night Africa. We're giving thanks even in the midst of trials and tribulations. Hello, Martin. Welcome, and this is the guy behind that. Are you in Tumfoin or a Bobe, a Bochong? What are you?
Actually, I am just a Bobe, and I do have I have some two titles as well from the com. I am a Yundo, which means a successor, and I am also a Bodoma, which means I have been recognized by the phone as one of those people who can wear the traditional regalia that is generally called Doma, or what we see the Bamileke people put on all the time.
I want to thank you for that beautiful video. Believe me, I attended your occasion a few days ago in Maryland, And whoa, I didn't know, by the way, that Com is loaded, flooded with so many beautiful women. I didn't know that, honestly. I thought that the most beautiful women were from Bali. Until I went to Mancun, where Dr. B is from, and then I went also to your occasion and come. Unbelievable. They look like mermaids. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
I bet you our Com women are very beautiful, and I can testify because my wife is one of the most beautiful Com ladies that you will find on here.
Well, isn't that nice? I have to say, the kati I ate at the occasion, I haven't stopped licking my fingers, even though I stopped eating it days ago. When I dream of kati, I lick my fingers.
That is a delicacy that we are super proud of. So kati among some of the delicacies, it's top notch.
Okay, now quick one. Where can one find that video of yours?
Actually, the video that we released, which we just watched on the show, it's actually found on our YouTube channel, Afuacom USA. If you just go to Afuacom USA, you will see that video in that YouTube channel. And besides that, you will be able to also see a lot of other rich cultural presentations like Doenjang, and all those beautiful traditional dances that you saw. They're all hosted on our Afuacom.
And you say the channel
USA.
is Afuacom USA, correct?
Correct.
I love Doenjang. You guys Doenjang like boneless creatures. Oh boy, I tried moving my steps like a baliga and I just couldn't make it. I flung the test. Anyway, so thank you so much. And you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Do you have a last thing to say in 30 seconds? Because we have to shut down this show shortly.
Yes, I want to say that Dr. B. Tazong has really been a very powerful guest. Everything that I would have wanted to say, she actually said already in the show. And I just want to say that for us to have this song out there, it's been a joint effort of so many people. First of all, I want to express gratitude to my family, to my wife, for being that strong support system. I want to say a big thank you to the producer, John Irie, all the way from Dallas. I want to say a big thank you to the audio video editor, Ishmael Hassan, all the way from Arizona, who all took time to get this song out there. I won't forget the list of artists that all contributed to make sure that this dream comes true. I am thinking about Bobe Foimbam Theodore, Nawain Tikumdi Tilda, which we all call her Nanjong Tilda, Grace Kicha, Nawain Rose Wanger, Tina Muwali, Michael Ngong, Antivera, Abi Fami. All these people that I name, alongside the executive team of Afuacom USA led by Dr. PK, they all encouraged me to see this dream come true. I want to say that this was an initiative that I raised, but thanks to all these people and the collaboration of all these people, it's come to fruition. And today, especially on Thanksgiving Day, I cannot go without really thanking them specially and calling them. And to you again, Dr. Beatonson, I want to say everything that you said today in the show. I would love for each and everyone to revisit this and re-echo this and actually implement in the day-to-day, because gratitude is just the key. I want to say the blend of you and Divine, it feels like you really need to host another show just to talk more on gratitude. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. I have to say that Dr. Bitazon Humunda, nothing gives me pleasure like just making people feel good. That's what drives this passion here. It's inside me like a flame, like California wildfires. I love this. I love this. Somebody's on the line. Let's see. My goodness. Hello.
Hello, Uncle D.
Yes, sir. This is our Cletus.
Yes, Uncle D. In fact, I just stumbled on the show. It was about closing. And because of the excitement that came to me for the topic of the show and the day of today, I just said, let me try the luck if I will still get you online. And I just hit
And
the
here you
call
are.
button.
Here you are. Our Cletus, I have known you for, I think it's 30 plus years, from the time that you were cutting hair as a barber, dancing break dance in the streets of Bamenda town. And you rose like a tornado through being a business guy, a very successful business guy. You must have a lot to be grateful for.
Absolutely, Uncle D. First of all, very grateful, most especially to you.
Oh, why?
For how much you impacted my life. When you started the Northwest Dance Time program, I had the privilege amongst a host of artists. It was your program that made me to know that the Northwest actually had a good number of artists. Because we went just for pre-selection, we were like over 60, and they were 10. And I was very privileged because my genre of music too at the time was so unique that I never had the kind of competition that people like Afuokom, Ate, Bazor, John Menang, Red Joe, and all the like they had. Oh my God.
I know. I mean, you have just so much. Just wrap up because we have so many people on the line. 30 seconds for you to wrap up. I know if we could tell your story can fill books.
Something happened.
I don't know. I think it looks like I don't know. Everything is here fine at this point.
Yeah, it was network.
Okay.
Uncle D. So
just wrap up in 30 seconds.
I just want to thank you, and equally for all you do for artists years back to date. I equally want to thank Sister Dr. B. Tazong. Her father too is that kind of a wonderful person that I don't also know how I can thank her. I think if she is a replica of the father, you know, from what she talked about gratitude, then I can only understand that, you know, he actually got those values from the dad.
Hey, look, listen. Hey, look, Cletus. Cletus. Hello,
yes, Uncle D.
They say in pidgin that monkey know the born dog.
Absolutely.
Look, listen. Dr. Bita Zong has to look like her dad. I mean, such a great guy.
Absolutely.
Such a great guy.
Her dad was a very wonderful person, very strict,
public official,
very
statesman, incredible guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He once gave me an opportunity which I actually applied for because of the nature of my project. The project was very good. You know, I started the call box in the Northwest. I was the first person to have started. And then when he never gave it to other competitors of mine, because he saw me as a young child, that this child just came up with something good. People just want to come, not to do theirs, but to fight him. And he resisted giving theirs too. That so early, the whole town accused him of corruption, that I bribed him. But God knows I never gave 5,000. What had I, first of all? I never gave him a dime.
Listen,
and every day I say that. He was a wonderful man.
If you went to his office and offered bribe, he will kick you out of his office. That's how that
No, you end up at the gym. I instead. You end up at the police.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. We've got to go because we have so many people on the line. Thank you, Cletus.
Thank you, Kati. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Dr. B, we have so many people. Comments on that, then we'll bring in the next caller. We have feeds and I don't know. Dr. Tala Joanna is on the line as well, but go ahead, Dr. B.
Yeah, no, I just, gratitude is such an easy pathway to finding joy. It's an easy pathway to finding joy. It's an easy pathway to fighting depression and anxiety. And it's an easy pathway to keep things that are negative in check, like arrogance and pride. When you start being grateful, everything just looks different. I don't know how to express it. I'm making it a deliberate act now. I've always been grateful, but I've taken it to the next level. I express gratitude. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my spirit. I just get up smiling. And I'm like, I don't care how difficult today is going to be. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that God loves me. I'm grateful that I have people around me. I'm grateful for all the things that God has seen fit to do for me. none of which I deserve, but that He's loved me enough to do for me. I'm grateful for the wonderful people I have around me. I'm grateful for even the challenges I'm facing, because in all of it, God is showing Himself strong.
I have somebody on the
And,
line, Amy Banda from Douala. Here is Amy.
It's difficult and make it happen.
Let's see here. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Divine. Thanks for having me on Chat Night Africa. This is Chat Night Africa with Divine Chamakon from Washington, D.C. I was excited to listen to you talk because it comes from inside, and you reach out to those who are right thinking souls and minds, ready to connect with value and virtue and be your best authentic fashions. It is something we need in this age because a whole lot is happening in the media landscape, and you want to ask yourself if it's the same journalism that you and my dad and others practiced decades ago. Yeah, you're still practicing. Sorry about that. And when we listen to you talk, you've kept it. You're consistent, and there's truth, there's justice, there is. I don't want to flatter you, but you call a spade, and it's unseen on most of the landscapes. It's become something else that's so obnoxious and not worthy to be called what you practice in the early days down here. Thanks so much for staying true to journalism practice. Thanks for staying true to justice, truth, reason, logic, and of course, reality. Now, gratitude. Some people think that they
last and like don't have early birthday, so they have been driving since last week. So four of my classmates started driving this year. Started driving.
to get tenants for the structure. But I believe in saying thanks in every situation. Like the Bible says, give thanks in every situation. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Learn now. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for me. He thanks, Lord, will give you thanks. Give thanks, ooh, we give you thanks. I believe in giving Him thanks in every circumstance. Like a situation when everyone should be crying and gnashing your teeth. It hurt me though. I couldn't say I'm a piece of wood or I'm some stone that doesn't feel and doesn't cry. Oh, I cry. I cry for things that you will have no idea of. But my audience is used to this very strong, mighty, built woman. They cannot even imagine that I cry. Yes, I cry because I'm human. So I get overwhelmed by certain situations. I cry. But I don't forget that it's not by my might that I attain what I have. It's not by my strength. It's by divine, like your name, right? It's by divine grace, divine fortitude. And if not for God, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be this special. I wouldn't be this unique in the way I do my things, drive change and create impact with little or no means. And people with billions and billions of CFA or maybe dollars can't even think of what I am doing on my own level. So I'm grateful for that.
All
It's
right.
God's
Thank you so
grace.
much, Amy. Thank you so much. We are going to be wrapping up because we actually intended for this to be 90 minutes. Dr. B has to do other things. She's a housewife, she's a medical doctor. Dr. B, I see your friend, Dr. Joanna
John
Tala.
Tala, yes.
Yeah, Dr. Joanna Tala is on the line. We will be getting through to Dr. Tala in a moment. You are watching Voices of Africa on Chat Night. My name is Divine Chamokong. My guest is Dr. B. Tadzon Mundam. Any moment from now, here is Dr. Joanna Tala. Hello, Dr. Joanna Tala.
Hi, Divine. Hi, Dr. B. It's wonderful to see you both on Thanksgiving Day. Yes, on this topic, I just stumbled almost late, but I'm glad I made it. I am very happy with what you do. I'm very thankful for you both. Gratitude and a positive mindset brings us into a calm and digest mode. And Dr. B has been explaining all of this. Yeah, our emotional brain connects with our thinking brain. Think about it, there is science behind this. So when we think about the good things in our lives, we also feel good. So it's important to take some time and be grateful. I just want to say I'm grateful for all my family and my children who are here now waiting to eat. I am grateful for you guys and for what you do. And Dr. B, I'm grateful for what you bring in this lifestyle medical field and the wonderful things you all do. That's just a little contribution I wanted to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Jonatala. Yes, that's your friend there. Dr. B, we are soon to wind up. What are some of the nuggets? What are some of the words of wisdom that you just want people to take home as they celebrate Thanksgiving? And by the way, Thanksgiving should be a daily thing anyway. Yep. It should be a daily thing. It should be a daily thing. So what are some words of wisdom, some lines you think people should go home with? People should have them ring, keep ringing in their heads throughout the rest of the year and even beginning next year.
So I went through this thing. I wrote it down, little secrets about gratitude. I just wrote some things that came to my mind, things that I have experienced and things that I've learned about. So gratitude is an attitude. It's a choice. You can be grateful or you can be miserable. You make your choice and you live with it. The more grateful you are, the more grateful you become, because everything just becomes so much brighter and clearer. Once you start looking for good, you start seeing more good. Once you start looking for bad stuff, you start seeing more bad stuff. With gratitude, you start looking for the good. You start looking for the thankful things in life. And it just makes for a better day, better experience, and a better life. You begin to see more good than evil around you. You begin to enjoy the roses instead of the thorns. You become more joyful. You start enjoying grace, because as you become grateful, you just start bringing out the best in people. And once you start enjoying that, you begin to give it more to other people. Your level of frustration continues to decrease, because you start thinking, instead of me thinking about all the things that are making me unhappy, I'm going to be looking at the things that are making me happy and fulfilled, and I'm going to focus on those. It's like a laser. The more you focus on something, the more efficient you become. So when you focus your vision and your perspective on the things that you're grateful for, everything just becomes better. Your perspective changes. You start looking at things from a different standpoint. Instead of always finding fault, you start finding points of connection, points of gratitude, points of joy. You realize that pride and arrogance are completely useless, because everything that you are, everything that you have, is because somebody gifted it to you in some way, shape, or form, beginning with your life, beginning with your strength, the food you eat. Yeah, you may buy the food from the market, but what if somebody didn't farm the food? What if somebody didn't water the grain? What if somebody didn't do their job and harvest it? Would you have food to buy? No. That's what happens when people have famine. They may have money, but they don't have food. So you have a house to live in. You did not build a house. Somebody built it for you. Yeah, you pay them, but what if they didn't build it? Could you build it yourself? No. So when you realize everything that you're really proud of and proud about is really nothing. They're just gifts of life. Share the gifts. Share the gratitude. You give room for others to flourish, because once you start saying thank you to more people, you start bringing out the best in them, and they just start growing and blossoming right in front of you. And when you do that, you're also not hugging the credits, you're sharing the credits. You can't take all the credit by yourself. I don't care how much money you make or how far up you go in life, you need people to help you. Employers need employees working and generating income for them. If your employees all quit, you're out of a business. So yes, you should be grateful. You refresh others, because you bring out the best in them. You make them feel fulfilled. You make them feel worthy and make life worth living. You give others strength for the journey, and you sow seeds of kindness, from which many will reap fruits of peace, joy, hope, and comfort. So please keep saying thank you. Keep being thankful. It's just a bright light that cannot be put out.
Wow. I told you about this woman.
We love Chat Night Africa.
All right, you love Chat Night Africa, but at some point we gotta go. I know you love it. You love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a caller from Bali. That's a couple on the phone, Mr. and Mrs. Nyongbela Fidelis. Hello.
Hello, viewers of Chat Night Africa. It is a great pleasure that Mr. and Mrs. Nyongbela Fidelis from Bali, Bamenda, Northwest region of Cameroon, is on board this evening. Thank God for various reasons. First and foremost, I will thank God for giving me a wife, Madame Nyongbela Rita, who is so prayerful, God-fearing, and has made me to believe in the saying and the quote from the Bible that good wives are best of portion. That's a good wife is a best of portion reserved to those who fear God. Really, I believe I'm one. I'm fortunate. Secondly, for the gift of children, gift of friends, gift of loved ones, family members. So we as a family, we have all the reasons to thank God. And for all the tribulations, God still loves us. We are safe. We equally thank God for everything. If we say we want to go on enumerating, a page of even 40 leaves will be small. We thank God for everything. We thank God for giving us Chat Night Africa, over whose media we can share this. Once more, we thank the coordinators. We thank everybody, and just our viewers, our listeners. We love you all. God is good.
All right.
Need divine.
Yes.
Let me just say something real quick, because
Yes.
I had that in my little note here. There are some people who struggle with being grateful. We talked about that earlier. I want to make a recommendation or a suggestion to you.
Please
And
go
again,
ahead.
that's just what it is. Start off with a gratitude journal. Start off with a gratitude journal. So every day, just make it a business to write down the things you're grateful for, even the little things. I woke up this morning, I'm breathing, I can breathe on my own, I can talk, I can hear, I can see. Start off with a gratitude journal every day. And then on the other side, write the things that you're unhappy about or you're not grateful for. Numbers do not lie. You're always going to see more things on the gratitude side than on the ingratitude side. And as you continue to do that daily, you're going to start realizing you have a lot more to be thankful for than to be ungrateful for. So give yourself a little chance to do better. Start off with a gratitude journal. Start off, even if you just people that you don't, your family members or that you're annoyed with or something, just start off by saying one thankful thing to them every day. Just say, today, I will thank this person for just one thing, just one. And let's see how that plays out. I'm excited to see how that makes of your life. God bless you.
Wow. That's beautiful. Beautiful. The instrumental song you are listening to in the background is by Festus. He was supposed to be live today, but for some other reasons he couldn't connect. He will be playing on the show this Sunday. You hear some beautiful music in the background. Oh,
count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you all the
thank you so much, Dr. Bita Zomfumundam. That's where we wrap up the show. I want to thank he is my lieutenant, Roger Fool in Nigeria. That's one of the best. I don't know what, I don't have adjectives good enough to describe who Roger is to me. We started this journey together. Dr. B, we started this Chat Night Africa together. The time I'll tell you to flip your phone, rotate your phone, see where we are today.
Amen.
And what is coming up this Sunday? Watch. Watch. Now, we are on YouTube. We are on the internet. We're broadcasting to the world through the internet, www.chatnightafrica.net. We are on Facebook, my timeline and our broadcast page, followed by thousands of people. We're on LinkedIn. We're everywhere, thanks to the unsung heroes we have in the background. We just mentioned, we brought on the platform Dr. Elo, so that he could say hi to you. Dr. B. Tazong from Mundam, I cannot thank you enough. You are just a phenomenal woman. Your husband is lucky to have a woman like you. I have to tell you that.
Thank you, sir.
And to all of those watching this broadcast, I thank you. You could have been doing something else, but you chose to be here. There are some special people I want to thank in my life. The Forjay family, Papa Forjay, John and Ma Francisca Forjay, the entire Forjay family, the entire Fominan family, my wife's family, Beatrice, my wife, my daughters, Janique, drop that gorgeous human being, Lenita, incredible, Diane, Wakuna, Brenda, all of them. I could go on and on and on and on. I mean, I can't name, let me stop this one. I can't name everybody here. I just want to say that you are all very wonderful people in my life. Without you all, I wouldn't be who I am today. I had to climb on people's shoulders to be here. Luke Ananga of blessed memory was like my father in the profession. Fine Henry Fournier. I could go on and on and on and on. And I'm sure, Dr. B, I mean, you graduated from medical school. You could thank, I mean, you have a long list of professors who made you to be the wonderful medical doctor that you are today. Thank you, my friend, for responding yes. Each time we send out an invitation for you to come on Chat Night Africa and share your bottomless knowledge. Thank you again. So, viewers, that's where we wrap up the show. We will be going. I just enjoyed being here with you today. And hey, if you know somebody who's doing some exceptional stuff, changing people's lives, putting smiles in people's faces, let us know. Regardless of nationality, we will bring them on the platform to just lift you up. That's our journey here. We have 3 broadcasts on the platform. We have Family Matters, we have Voices of Africa, and we have Healthline. We will keep multiplying and developing with your help. I thank everybody who is sacrificing for us to build this platform. It takes a whole village to build a human being. Merci à tout le monde. I want to thank Eric Walla, who played the first song. I want to thank the Jang dancers and musicians. I want to thank just everybody. Thank you all. Enjoy your day. If you are married, remember not to take your spouse for granted. Always turn and say thank you. Even though she has to cook that food, I say she has to because wives know that if they don't feed us, we'll go hungry, we'll starve, but we cannot take them for granted. Madam, wives, say thank you to your husband for the little things they do. Don't only complain, don't only go and pick little things and complain about. Just thank your husband for the fact that they are, if for anything, that they are your husband. So thank them. It just makes us men feel good. We want to do beyond, above and beyond when we feel appreciated. Thank you. That's how we wrap up the show. And we will go with this jingle. Bye-bye for now. Merci à tout le monde.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming. Coming to get down. I'm coming. I'm coming. Coming to dance. To dance. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. We're gonna get down. We're gonna get down. We're gonna party. Party hardy. We're gonna boogie. Boogie woogie. And when we jam, it's out of
sight. This song right here, it's dynamite.